Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's JQ here, and today we're doing some Guild Wars 2 Heart of Thorns beta play. Now, I'm not sure how much this is going to make into my final cut video, because this is only here because I lost half the audio from my original video. So you'll be getting the Revenant gameplay from that one, and or at least some of it, and maybe some narration of me going through the new things that have changed in the expansion here. So I want to go through some stuff, some important stuff. The two really important things I want to mention is the Revenant. I'm not sure if other classes will get this eventually too, has access to two new things. They have Taunt, an actual taunt that forces enemies to attack them, and they have on their heal, and they apply a buff called Resilience, I believe it was called, that reduces the effectiveness of conditions that are currently applied to you, and it stacks duration. So it's a very good thing. If you guys know what I mean. It's very important. These new things are going to be coupled or integrated nicely into the system, I think. And if other classes have access to them, they could mean an entirely new way to play Guild Wars 2. With taunting being a thing, and actually, you know, being usable in dungeons and in PvE content, etc. And the resilience being able to be applied to people, allies, and yourself, to reduce the effectiveness of the condition meta that we've seen so much of in World v World and PvP, hopefully balancing things back out a little bit. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the mastery system. The mastery system utilizes your experience. That's right. At the bottom here, this is not my experience bar in yellow. That is my mastery bar. The experience bar is actually minimized on top of the mastery bar. And what you do is, when you select a mastery, you click on the bar, and you take a mastery through mastery points, like right here, I have activated the Bouncing Mushrooms one. And so the Bouncing Mushrooms one is activated. When it is activated, it starts out at 0%. All the experience you gain, instead of going to your experience bar and awarding you a skill point, it goes into that mastery, and when the bar is full, you get the mastery. So when I fill this bar up, I will be able to, for example, use the mushroom jump pads in the area, which is a very cool thing because it means our experience is actually useful for something now, aside from just accruing massive amounts of skill points we will never have any use for. So that's really interesting. I like that. It also means there's going to be a whole lot of new things, interesting things in this area that we can unlock, which is really a big deal for me, because I like exploration, I like unlocking these kind of things and using them. The glider is super cool. We're going to go take a look at that really quick. When I got the glider thing, it started out at 100%. I'm not sure if that's just because they wanted us all to have it for this beta, or because the basic glider starts out fully unlocked when you put a mastery point into it. You can find mastery points on the map, like here. They're in the form of mastery orbs. They're kind of like vistas, or skill points, and you gotta go to them and get them. I haven't quite figured out how to reach that one yet. The other ones in the zone I had to glide to from a higher location. The way I got the glider was I used the mastery points that the beta story mission gave me. And I'm not going to show too much of that, I don't think, because I don't want to put too many spoilers for the story in the beta video. And here we go. This is the glider. I'm going to eventually fall to the point where it teleports me back up, but... Oh. But yeah, the glider is a very nice little addition, and it seems to be able to be activated whenever you are falling, which means it may even have a place outside of this zone, which I'm very interested to see. We haven't seen the class specializations yet. Oh, is it the Wyvern? That's the Wyvern. Okay, we're gonna go fight the Wyvern really quick, guys, because I didn't get to show this in my first video because I lost the audio for all my Wyvern fights. And this will allow me to get one that has audio for you. This boss is beautiful and terrible and very much more difficult than other standard PvE bosses. resilience, in my humble opinion. Where is he? Where is he? Here he is. Nope. Yeah, get on the ground. That's another cool thing with this boss, and then a lot of bosses now, they have like this meter that shows up when they are going to leave, and that meter allows them to be dragged down to the ground or stopped from doing certain things, or from flying away or whatever. So if you have a good enough group together, this thing will never get off the ground. And a lot of his CC depends on him getting off the ground so he can put down lines of fire over the platform repeatedly to wall places off or to make it more difficult to maneuver. Which is really cool, because that makes the bosses a lot more dependent on people and less on, you know, just the mechanics the boss has. Like, it's like, oh, it can't be damaged right now. This is more of a hands-on approach to PvE, which I like. Makes it feel more involved, more like the PvP aspects of this game. Nope, you get on the ground. Yep. The Revenants seem very good at bringing this guy down with their chain ability as well, the hammer, because of the CC that it gives up. Excuse me, it's a little late. I wasn't expecting to have to record during both sessions today, actually. But I'm glad I'm getting to do the Wyvern right now, because this will be quick, and I'm even at full graphics right now, so you guys can see how detailed and epic looking a boss this is. My preference on how to fight the PvE content hasn't changed much, even with the boss's new abilities. The Revenant has a ton of support abilities, though, and they are just incredible at supporting a team. I think they're going to be, in a lot of cases, used that way because they've got stability, they've got armor, they've got that taunt thing, they have the new resilience boon to give out. They're really good. They can reduce damage and reduce condition effectiveness in their allies. And they're not slouches with damage either. They're all around pretty well-rounded. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what their other transformations are, because as you'll see in the video that I post, they have two right now, the Dwarf one and the Demon one. And I didn't like either of them that much because I'm not really a support guy myself. I'm more have always been a glass cannon damage type individual. But with weapon types I've seen so far, they've got the hammer, which is, to me, it seems more supportive, and the mace axe, because you can't use axe main hand with them. The mace axe is definitely the more offensive of the two sets, in my opinion, at least at the moment. I'm looking forward to seeing what other weapons they give them, though, and what skills they end up getting with those weapons along the lines of, you know, swords and such. They remind me very much of the Thief, though, because they don't have cooldowns, they have a resource pool. And the resource pool charges up over time. They're kind of like a mix between a Thief and a Warrior, actually, because they've got this resource pool, like Warriors of Adrenaline for their adrenaline abilities, but The Revenant has a resource pool that charges up over time during combat and then reduces to about 50% out of combat. And all their abilities depend on the resource, and you can just use whatever ability you want to as long as you have enough of this resource to do it. And the transformations that the Revenant undergoes, their elite skills that are dependent entirely on what stance they are in, just steadily drain this resource until it is out. So you can activate them whenever you want to. You can activate your elite skill whenever you want. There is no cooldown, but you have to have the resource to drain into the elite skill, as it sits right now. And they don't seem to be super damaging elite skills either. They're more just, you know, they do a certain thing. Like the dwarf one puts armor on you and your nearby allies for the duration. Dead. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. We have good times here, so it's more of a, I really think it's more of a geared towards support, and they are really good at it thus far. Anyway, we'll see what happens with their new stances coming out. I believe they're supposed to have like 4 or 5 when the expansion drops, actually releases. Let's get a close up. Look at these. Mordrum creatures. These are trolls. Mordrum Court Punisher. That is a Sylvari of some kind, I believe, that has been corrupted, fully corrupted by Mordremoth. And this... Look at that, you can see right down its throat. It's even got like a closed up throat you can see there that isn't like just a black texture or anything. It's actually fully fleshed out, dripping, gaping maw. It reminds me of some kind of creature out of Starship Troopers or something. Oh jeez. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed what you saw, and leave a comment if you have any questions or comments about the beta, and I will answer them as they come in. Also, if you'd like to see more of this, subscribe to my channel, because I'll be posting more videos as I learn more and get invited to more beta events. For Heart of Thorns, I'm sure there'll be more stress tests for me to play with in the future, and hopefully I will get to see class specializations soon. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Enjoy the walk around. Bye!